even if something feels impossible, we have proof that slow, dedicated, repetitive actions do amount to something amazing.
As a performer, we're either putting up a full show or doing an act as part of one show, or sometimes it's just an event where they want something cool and wild.
This is just this big, huge art form and a language that we're all learning to interact with.
Anything that's kind of beyond what a normal human capability might be in circus arts, we do that here.
The Muse is my circus home. I work here, I train here, a lot of my friends are made here. It's my circus family.
It's a place that everybody is welcome and also where we can all come together. I think there's very few places with this amount of height and actual training space available.
The chance to perform and the people that I've met here and sort of how that's led me to different shows and different venues and things like that.
This space is our home and it's our constant and it's always the place that we can come back to.
We do several family-friendly circus shows here. It's nice because you're kind of performing in your living room. All the venues around New York have their pros and cons, but yeah, this is my home.
The kind of circumstances that one might see aerial performers does vary. It depends if you have ground acts or aerial acts. Aerial and fire specifically have some more leads.
For me as a juggler, a lot of times the stage is just very tight and you're really close to the audience. It's just a little scary for me as a juggler. I don't want to drop stuff on people or anything.
A lot of the best advice I've gotten, oh, watch out for the rigging at that place, or be sure to get your pay. Like at this time, they'll try to undercut you here, like don't let this happen. And that happens because there's a strong community here and because people do look out for each other.
It's just really amazing what this space is capable of and how many hardships we've conquered together. Angela's a really strong, magical person.
Angela is the owner and operator of The Muse. She is a vibrant, tenacious, hardworking person.
She's one of those people who keeps doing the impossible, and she's just really determined, and it's really amazing to see. So I kind of like want to grow up and be like her.
Being a female business owner, especially in New York City, definitely has its challenges. There's times where I don't feel like I'm heard or taken seriously. I think sometimes it doesn't help to be a shorter woman at the same time and to appear younger than I am. You have to fight a lot harder to get to the same places that sometimes our male business owners get to.
New York City has protection for residents. For businesses, there's nothing. And so the landlords can have the terms of the leases in such a way that they are responsible for nothing.
We're dealing with a situation in this space where unfortunately we've fallen between the cracks. We are in a loft law building, and for commercial tenants within a loft law building there are no protections and there are no rights. So we've sort of fallen in this situation pinned between the landlord and the city of what legally has to happen within the space, and unfortunately that's drawn us to a point where we've almost had to file bankruptcy.
But they can keep making more money off of the work of the people who are actually making the city alive, because who cares about the buildings if there's nothing in them?
He's actually actively blocked our process to get our proper permits and to actually succeed. So we have been in a 4.5-year loop of this kind of financial crisis to no fault of our own.
That puts us in a situation where we can't obtain permits to run the business as we want to. They get to have the building, they get to have the money. We need to fight the fight and maybe make it, maybe not.
For as long as everyone knows, everyone has flocked to New York City as an artist. It's a place you can have raw art. In the short time that I've been here in New York, all you've seen is people get pushed out further and further.
I can say when I started doing aerial in New York City, I was training in a small aerial loft. That's now an Apple store. We need to find ways to maintain spaces for the arts, otherwise we'll just have a bunch of Apple stores.
that epidemic of spaces disappearing is getting faster and faster.
The Muse closed, it would be very, very heartbreaking.
How much longer I would be in New York, or how drastically that would affect my life.
If the Muse closes, I would have to restructure a huge portion of my life.
It would displace so many amazing creative artists that really treat this as a sanctuary and as a creative space.
The Muse is really a safe space for so many artists, where you can have an 18-month-old learning balance skills while in the background you have Cirque du Soleil acrobats working out. It encompasses this massive community. To lose a space like this would displace so many people and so many paychecks for working artists that have these valuable skills and gifts to offer people. The most magic thing is that being in a creative space like this around this type of community changes people's minds of what's possible for themselves. So it's not just about circus art, it's actually about this transformation and human connection. So to lose this, not just for me, but for everybody, would be a massive blow.